Season 3, episode 7. Now, if you watched last week's episode, I said we weren't going to have an episode because of the Christmas holiday. So, we're in the sanctuary. I did tell a lie. Here we are. I thought since we got family in town, why not have a professional who's already here, have her on. So we appreciate. I affectionately call her Mama Number Two. But to y'all, she is Shawnté Sims. She is the founder creator of Sims Fitness, her namesake, and then obviously she does some work with many of you know her from Camp Gladiator. So we're happy to have Miss Shawnté Sims on. How you doing, sis?
I'm good. Thanks for having me in the hot seat.
Yeah. So we made this call last week, and so we're blessed to have her on. She is your favorite trainer's favorite trainer. You see her on Facebook, you see her on IG. We're just blessed to have this on. And this one's kind of ironic because normally around this time of year, no one's working out.
Yes and no. Yes and no. But yes, the focus is not on working out this time of year. Absolutely.
Cool. So I figured what better motivation to talk about than talk about faith and fitness. So faith is something that is very critical during these times when you look at the weather. Weather changes is a little, it's not so pleasant outside. Studies show that suicide rates are a little bit up during this time. And so your faith is critical. But I've even looked up one of the things to kind of help you overcome besides your faith is actually getting in the gym, working out, finding that motivation.
Right. So, I agree. Yes.
Yeah. You ready to hop into this? Sis?
Let's get it.
Cool. So as we mentioned just in the intro, you are an accomplished personal trainer. So for those who might be less familiar with you, what initially got you into personal training?
Wow. I'm going to be very transparent. I lost my job. So when we right into having faith, it was around 2013, shortly after purchasing a home. In 2012, I got notice that my entire department was going to be shut down. And so at that point, I was not pressed to find another job. So fitness and working out, being athletic has kind of always been a part of who we were growing up. And so I was maybe mid-30s at that point.
Okay.
And I didn't necessarily like what I saw in the mirror. So I said, you know what, I got time.
Yeah.
I'm fit to use my energy in the right way. I started going to the gym. I began to post things on Facebook at that point. This is really before IG probably kicked off with the older community. And people, are you a trainer? And I'm like, no, I'm not a trainer. I'm just working out really for fun. I just burning time at this point.
Yeah.
And then it kind of grew from there. I started a Saturday class, Sims Fitness on Saturdays. I just ran a group fitness class in my local community, and I had support from friends and family, and that went on for a while. And then from there, I did a little personal training on the side as well. Again, still not working, still just doing fitness.
Right.
And then I got on with a company called Camp Gladiator, and my business kind of grew from there.
Okay. Nice. I always love a good origin story. So a lot of times when you look at social media now, everything is results oriented. People see the end result, but no one sees the grind or knows the origin behind what created this masterpiece, which is you. So, and I love it. It's a very relatable story. They see the success, but it's like, okay, I actually had a life-changing event.
Very much so.
So that's cool. We appreciate that. And for those out there, you may be in a season right now where maybe you're jobless, or maybe you're in between jobs, or maybe you've had a big dramatic shift in your life that may be a catapult into what God is bringing to your life. So
absolutely
appreciate that motivation and inspiration. So in addition to your fitness accomplishments, above that, you are a devout Christian. You're a devout person of faith. So how has your faith motivated your fitness aspirations? Because let's be for real. So a lot of people, we know the first is coming up.
It is.
New year, new me. we know it's coming.
Every year.
So a lot of people start the membership, they start to work out, but there has to be some kind of discipline that comes in regards to that. So for you, I'm sure your faith, how has that motivated you?
Because the Christian walk, if I've been a member of the Church of Christ for a very long time now.
Mm-hmm.
And so my walk with Christ, especially the older I've gotten, hasn't always been easy. It's been a work in progress. But you said the key word a few minutes ago, it's discipline.
Mm-hmm.
So just as Christians, we have to be disciplined to obey God's word and do his will. The same thing comes with fitness. No, I don't always want to get up and work out. No, I don't always want to go train my clients. But more so than anything, it's my discipline for what I do. It's the discipline that I have to be a Christian. It's the love that I have for God. It's the love that I have for what I do, for helping people that may not know how to get started, that keeps me motivated, you know. And so as Christians, as a Christian, I'm supposed to be bringing others to Christ. I'm supposed to be an example through my walk. And so the same thing has happened through fitness. I've tried to bring others into the world of fitness by way of my walk. Just because it's not always easy.
Sure.
Yeah, it's not always easy.
Yeah. And just in the spirit of transparency, I'm one of those who have started several times. I've started to work out, started to get in the gym, try to do different things, and haven't been the most successful. Being a married man, being a family man, I got a baby on the way in 7 weeks.
I know, so, baby Cassidy is on her way.
Yeah, so trying to find the time and the discipline to stay after it is tough, but you know, you got to find that motivation. So pray for your boy.
We'll be praying, because it's not going to get any easier with baby number 2 coming. But I think for the most part, you have to find something that's gonna, I don't like to use motivation because motivation comes and goes, but you have to sometimes, for people that need that community, you have to find a community that will keep you disciplined, that will hold you accountable when you aren't holding yourself accountable. Working in a group setting, even private, I have single moms or working moms that sometimes have to bring their children with them, and that's perfectly fine. I can show you numerous of pictures that I have holding babies while I'm training, because again, my goal is to get them to be the best fit, healthy version of themselves, regardless of children, work. We're going to make it work. We need to sit down, map out a time. It's doable. So the same thing, you know, with our walk for Christ, it's not always easy, but sometimes we have to make the time and see how we can make it work.
That's a really good correlation, because obviously being a Christian, being devoted to that, I can witness to that. That's not easy. So it does, you know, take, as they say, finding your why.
Right.
And normally your why is a lot more consistent than your motivation. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, that's good. So when you look at our country, being in the U.S., we're known for a number of things. One of the aspects in the realm of fitness or lack of fitness is our obesity rates. I think we're one of the countries with the highest obesity rates in the world.
Right.
So what do you say to those numbers when you look at our obesity rates and the fluctuation of weight, the lack of healthy diet, X, Y, and Z?
A lot of it is just our culture here in America. I think last numbers that I looked at, we were a little bit over 40%. And in the African American Black community, we were highest at severe obesity at about 13%. And again, oftentimes it just has a lot to do with education.
Sure.
You know, often food deals with family, it deals with celebration. And so we eat. I live in the state of Texas. Everything is big size. And even outside of Texas, and oftentimes if you really sit and think, you don't have to eat everything that's on your plate. And so when you go to other countries, they don't serve food like we serve here in America. You don't go down to dinner and have enough to take to go typically. Portion control, you know, and then food isn't used as medicine. You know, when something bad happens in life, oftentimes it's not used as a coping skill. And here oftentimes it is, you know, and I think it has a lot to do with education and different support and things like that, where we use other tools besides food to be our helpmate sometimes.
That's very, very true. When you go through a breakup or heartbreak, or you get that ice cream jug and you're going for that, like you said, it's not even just a negative thing. Even just
Right.
celebrating, we are accustomed to eating food. One thing I noticed too is when you go up to a high end restaurant, and of course most of that that food is expensive.
Right.
They handle that portion control kind of like what you talked about, and so it's not like going to Texas Roadhouse or going to Charleston's where,
Right.
okay, you're getting a large portion of everything. But when you go to those high-end restaurants and you order that filet mignon, it's like, okay, this is all that I...
You say, man, this ain't big enough. But once you sit and eat it, you're like, I really am full. And then just certain things that we put in our food here in the U.S. that the FDA approves to be okay. You go to certain countries, they have certain restaurants that they will not allow in their country because it's not that good. So we have a lot of work that we could do here in America, the U.S., as far as even food that we distribute out to our citizens that, the people up high could do a better job of to making sure that we live a healthier lifestyle.
Yeah, and there's levels to it because some of it's about the almighty dollar. And so when you look at it, one of the complaints I always have is, man, it's so expensive to eat healthy.
Right.
So, and there's the dollars involved in that, things like that. So that can be a frustrating part as well. It's like, man, okay, I want to work out, I want to diet better, but I just can't afford,
right,
the foods that are wholesome. What do you say to that?
I say that you can. It's making some minor adjustments. Okay. Because even as far as Walmart, I don't know if those are Aldi here in Tulsa. There are grocery stores that have, as Walmart, Aldi, that have healthier food that aren't that expensive. Again, it's just maybe making some cuts in other areas. Maybe not going to get my nails done every other week. Maybe modifying getting my hair done or buying that new pair of shoes. It's just making the needed modifications and living a healthier lifestyle kind of up towards the top.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. So prioritizing your health. One thing I invested in, even along with just health and wellness, was and even just massages, like, because that can be an expensive habit, but it really is an investment in your body.
Absolutely.
Especially when you talk about getting a routine, going to the gym, whether it's weight training, body training, or even just yoga, you need to find some time to take care of your body because it is an investment.
Right. And even now with a lot of the fitness programs with content creators trying to build their brand and get money, everything's on YouTube now. You can find stuff for free 99 as far as workout programs that fit you that you don't have to really pay a dime for. So food, you may not be able to find free food, but you can find the
if it's
workouts.
Free, it ain't good for you.
It probably is not the best for you, but yeah.
Nice. So we appreciate that insight, and it's really good just getting us, those who are planning to go new year, new me, it's good to get this insight stepping into it. We got some love coming from the chat from our favorite auntie. Lisa Jones Goff says, I know her for both. She's a beast. She's good, y'all. So we appreciate that love and support, Aunt Lisa. She even mentions talking about some of your senior clients, because that's cool too. It's not just those who are young. You also have those who are advanced in age who come to see you as well.
Absolutely. My group fitness classes, I train as old as probably 60 something, early in my 6:30 classes, and they're some of my top performers. So age has nothing to do with you being the best fit version of yourself. Again, you may have to modify certain things or just find what will work for you. But the best thing is not to live a sedentary life, because it will definitely catch up with you.
Appreciate that insight. We got some more love coming in from one of my cousins on Daddy's side, on the Smith side. Says, hello, family, exercising. I learned from you, Shawnté Sims, to keep moving and try water exercises.
Absolutely. Yes. It's a lot less stressful on your joints, what they call low impact, but a great workout. Definitely a great workout, water aerobics.
Yeah, and I'm not even elderly, and I like water workouts. So you don't have to be, this good disclaimer, you don't have to be a senior citizen to get into the water as well. So that's a good alternative, because I when I was living in Texas before I moved back and took over the congregation here, I probably ran close to about 4 miles every other day.
Right.
And now that was in my 20s. Now I'm in my
How old are you?
I'll be 37 in March.
Oh, wow, you getting old.
Just a little bit. just a little bit.
Getting old.
But all that, running has put a lot of wear and tear on my knees. And so, I used to be able to get up and give you 2 miles easy. Now it's like, well, this is some work. So, getting in the water is a good alternative for those who may be runners out there, or you put a lot of wear and tear on your knees or your lower body. So,
and nowadays, a lot of the gyms in the cities, you have $10 gym memberships. I mean, so the gyms now are not even overly expensive, where you can get in and go ride a bike during the winter, get on a treadmill, get on an elliptical, and they offer group classes as well in those gyms. If you don't know what to do, you can join some of those classes for $10 a month.
Nice. Got some more coming in. Miss Maureen Locust says, hey, y'all. Hey, good to see you.
Maureen.
Appreciate that support coming in from the chat.
Maureen is one of my online, so I do virtual training as well. And Maureen, although she lives in the DFW area, it's convenient for her to join me online. She trains with me Wednesday evenings at 6:15 p.m. So that is something else that I do. I do online training.
Nice. Yeah, so it's very convenient whether you want to come in person, whether you want to hit the gym. And I get it, because sometimes it's like working from home. It's very, very hard to get that motivation, or let me say this, finding your why.
Right.
To work out while you are at home. And so we got some testimonies coming in from Maureen herself. She says her online classes are just as challenging and good. I can imagine you're probably like that online professor where, okay, you probably want to come see me in person, because online I ain't pulling no punches with you.
No, hey, you joined my class for a reason, so hey, I'm gonna give you your money's worth.
There you go. Nice. So getting back to you personally, you've endured some challenges like anyone. You've endured some challenges in your life, and so for you, has faith and fitness played a role in your perseverance?
Absolutely. I would say most recently, as a lot of you, if you watch this, and as my brother know, we lost our mother a little over 2 years ago. And I would be crazy not to say my walk with Christ. Hearing my brother's sermons online and some other ministers that I tap into, and I attend church locally in Dallas. My minister's there at the Greenville Avenue Church of Christ. Not being connected with the body, I don't know that I would be sitting here today. Along with my daily fitness, my workouts are my therapy. I have yet to have to sit down with a therapist and process my mother's death. Not saying that I'm opposed to it or that I never will have to, but I have yet had to, because I understand death, although don't like it, but I understand it. And so those weekly messages that I've received and studying the word, and on top of, just I use my workout time to, not only am I working out to kind of process the things that I'm thinking and dealing with, whether I'm sitting there working out crying, I very well could be, but it's been therapeutic for me to get through some of my darkest days. In the last, this year long, lost a very good friend who died unexpectedly. Who was one of my biggest supporters. So without my faith and my fitness, I don't know that I would be sitting here in the manner that I am today.
We appreciate that transparency, really for both of us, because we're both, in a sense, you're very much public with your line of work and what you do. Same thing here. And so that's a toll in itself, to when you have people who depend on you, whether it's your family, your clients, in my case, congregants and parishioners, because there are times when we want to kind of just sit still and process. But, as Mom would tell us, hey, you got people that are depending on you, got to keep going. That's even being in that method of transparency. I took about a month off because, those who may not know, that timing of Mom's passing was right around the birth of my firstborn child. And so that was a lot for me. So that 5 weeks wasn't enough. It was collaborative between the birth of my daughter, the passing of mom, and then my wife Karen was very, very sick, to the point where she almost passed away. And yeah, it was it was it was a situation for sure. But very much like you, our reliance on God is really what not only has got us through, is keeping us. Because grief is something that you always deal with, major or minor. So
Right.
and that's good for those who are watching. And I know there are some that I've encountered, you have as well. Some maybe viewing may have encountered, oh, I don't do the church thing and it's not really for me. Listen, it's not a show. It's the real deal. You need something. I don't care if you call them God, higher power, whatever you want to call them. You need something that's bigger than you to sustain you when you're going through some of the hardest times in your life. So we appreciate you sharing it.
Yeah, I remember two of my close friends in the fitness world, Nene and Maurice, if y'all see this, hey now, hey. But we would sit out, complete our workouts, and we would bring up our parents, because Maurice had lost his father some years back, and I would always say, if anything happened to Vicky Smith, I would be a complete mess. Y'all just put me in the grave with her. Well, look at me now. I'm sitting here discussing my mother's death, and I'm not going to say that the road has been easy. My brother and I, my other brother, who's not here, we're still grieving. But God has given us the strength to endure this new journey that we're on. Our mother was a woman of God. When I say that, I'm not saying she's perfect, but she was a woman of God. She was a believer. And so she instilled that with us, which I think kind of prepared us to get through this journey. You know, we have sat and watched her lose grandparents, her father, and things. And we saw the strength that she showed to others, that, you know, you can make it. And so that's what we're trying to do, is to continue to make her proud, although she's not with us. Yeah.
So many lessons can be learned, and there are some on who have lost loved ones. Appreciate one of my deacon candidates was just here with us. He said, my apologies, I didn't realize you guys had already went live when I encouraged you to smile. You good, bro?
Yeah, we weren't live, man.
Yeah, you good, bro. You good. One of my good friends, one of my sisters from college, Ashley Bruins Wade, said, wow, needed to hear that. Thank you. She actually lost her mom as well. So definitely appreciate that. Got some more coming in. Aunt Lisa, Vicky Jones Smith would be so proud of her babies. So, that's the prayer. That's the prayer. I remember I finished Mom's eulogy. I was like, Mom, I just pray you proud. That's all that mattered to me in that moment. And then cousin Carla, glory to God. What an awesome God we serve. Amen.
Yes.
Amen. So we appreciate that love and support. And that's why I wanted you here, sis, talk about what you do. But also, I mean, Saturday, December 28th is coming. That's Mom's birthday. And
wow.
It is. Yeah. And one of the things that, as I think about Mom even now, that she always cherished was, hey, I want all my babies together. So I remember being, I think, in college. She was like, hey, I raised y'all close. Y'all stay together. And I should be real proud that we stand close. We have our Monday FaceTime calls every day. Make sure you see Kalani Ray.
Kalani Ray, yes. TT. Yes, but Mom was big on family. Love family, whether it was good times, bad times. She loved her family. Not just her immediate family, her kids, her husband. She loved her siblings. You know, out of her four, because four siblings, we were the only ones to remain in Tulsa because she didn't want to leave her parents and her grandparents. And so we too were blessed to be raised by both sets of our grandparents. Our great grandparents were alive up until, I think, up early 2000s. So we have been able, you know, all of our aunts and uncles and cousins, we come from a huge side of the family, on both sides of the family. So we were able to see a lot over the years how to endure tough times. Because they don't last. They don't last forever, but they do come. And so when they do come, you do need something to get you through those tough times. And for us, it has been our faith.
Yeah. I'm gonna give you the same question I gave our cousin Tierra, because 4 months prior to Mom's passing, Aunt Jessie passed away. And so just kind of lighten it and just have a good reflection. What is one memory of mom that's always stayed with you that just makes you smile? I don't put you on the spot.
One memory of mom that makes me smile. I think for me is mom's love for singing, because I sing. I don't think as much as I used to growing up, but my mother loved to sing. She sang her little heart out. She was a member of the choir at church, praise team once that came about. So on Sundays, when I'm in church or if I'm listening online and I hear certain songs, or even when I come back home to visit, I see my mom standing up there praising the Lord and singing. And so that's a memory that stands out. My mom loved to cook. I mean, especially now this time of year, the holidays.
For sure.
She's cooked. She would be still, although Christmas was yesterday, today she would be baking some of her sweets. My dad loved his sweet potato pies a certain way. We had our pies a certain type of way. So she would still be cooking Christmas dinner today. So those are, two of the two memories. Her love for the Lord, her love for this church that we were raised in, and then just her love for family and cooking, and that's who she was. I don't cook, so I didn't pick that up from her, but
It's not too late. It's not too late.
but yeah, those are memories of my mother. I mean, and probably more than anything, my mother was a giver. She would give her last. She would give her last to make sure others had, even when she didn't have. And so sometimes I see that in myself, and sometimes she did it to a fault. But that was a characteristic of my mother. She was an educator for over 30-something years, loved the kids, but she was a giver. So that would be top. Then her love for singing, and then cooking. Yeah, you asked for one, but I gave you a couple.
It's all right. Hey, we'll take them all. Got some more love coming in. Jerica Hicks says, Shawnté, your strength is everything. Thank you for the encouraging words.
Hi, Jerica.
Indeed. And here's Pops coming in. It says, I'm proud of both of you as you lean on one another.
Hey, Daddy.
Indeed. What's up, Dad? And then good brother from college. What's up, E? Says, thanks to you both for being, Thanks to you both for being so honest and open. Great discussion, boss. I appreciate this one. Proud of my guy. Love you, bro. Appreciate that. Maureen's back in. She says, she talking about mama. She's passed down her gift of singing to you. Indeed. I am a witness. I've always said growing up, Shawnté, this woman right here is the best singer in our family. Quiet as kept. She won't say it. She is the best singer in our family. Hands down.
Thank you, Mel. Don't tell my little secret now. I'll get back to church Sunday. They be trying to put me in the choral group.
My best friend and his wife, Tammy and Jeremy. Yes, sir. You already know. And I even just being here, leading the congregation when we have them, and we've had several just over the years, just where the worship is high and the praise is high. I can just see Mom hopping up, and I just smile. I just smiled. She loved it. I'm gonna put it on you because she ain't talking to me. Jerica said, "So can you say something for us?"
Jerica, I'll call you to sing something for you. You don't want me to sing live. They may have to shut the show down. Hey, sit next to me the next time you're at Greenville. Come sit next to me at church.
There you go. So we kind of hit on earlier, during this time of year, many resolve and aspire to be better in terms of health, their mental health, because that's a thing for sure. What encouragement can you provide to those who are aspiring just to be better in terms of their health and wellness?
I would say simply just get started. So often people, it's like analogy with coming to Christ. I need to get my life right. Let me get my life right. Let me stop sinning here. Let me stop sinning there. Then I'm going to go to church. It doesn't work that way. So the same thing with fitness. You're probably not going to stop eating the cookies and the cake and the ice cream and all the fun things. You're not going to do it. So just get started. That's what the professionals are there is to help you kind of eliminate, not that you have to stop, because trust me, I love certain things and I'm probably not going to stop, but I do it in moderation. So you get with the professionals to help you eliminate some of those things. And once you know it, at some point, you may not want some of the things that you used to have because you see the importance of doing better for yourself. So get started. And I think too, for a lot of people, you need to find a community that works for you. I'm big. I do group fitness. We do heavy lifting. We do cardio. It's a total body workout. And I get it. That may not be for everybody. So again, that's why I offer online programs. But in today's time, there's Pilates, there's yoga, there's tons of fitness programs available that will probably work for you. You just first need to, one, have the desire. That's sure. Number one. Mm-hmm. And then two, find that program that's probably you're going to stick to. You have to be realistic with yourself. You know, that's going to be different for everybody. Yeah. So fitness is definitely not cookie cutter. So what works for you may not work for me, but something should be able to work for you.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Got some more love coming in. Good buddy of mine in West Coast, Cali, West Coast, the best coast. Hey, good. Y'all got up this Christmas after and chose violence. Yeah, we figured y'all be on. Nobody's at work right now. You kind of chilling on the couch watching football and basketball. Netflix actually did pretty good streaming the football games.
They did much better than the boxing match. Man. Absolutely.
For sure. They said, okay, if we're gonna keep this going, we gotta
do better.
Yeah, for sure.
But we're definitely here just trying to motivate the people. I say when I make certain posts online and people, I'm just here to motivate the people, and people are motivated by different things.
Sure. Got two people quoting Kinfolk. Robin, get started. That's it. Fate saying the same thing. Just get started. That's a word. So my resolution.
Get started.
I'm just getting started.
Just get started. And that may just be in your neighborhood, making it a point to minimum, really getting started 3 times a week. Maybe you're just walking in your neighborhood. Speaking of my mother and her mother, our grandmother, growing up, they used to walk. They were avid walkers. They would go to the park and they would walk. That is a form of cardio. People don't know that, but walking it's a low impact, but it is a form of cardio. And you could lose body fat. I hate to say weight because that's a whole nother issue, but you could lose unwanted body fat by walking and eating much better than you have. So walking, just get up and go walk. Get your steps in.
Yeah. I've seen recently, I think it was a workout app. It was like how much you needed to walk to lose body fat, lose weight. So that really is a thing now.
Yes.
You know, just walking. Then graduate to power walking, then get a little light jogging, then maybe sprint. You know, this depends on, like you said, it's not the same for everybody. So be comfortable. And I think comparison is the devil in, I feel like Bobby Boucher. Comparison is the devil when you talk about fitness and wellness.
Absolutely.
You know, unless you're comparing it to yourself.
Absolutely. So. It's you against you. So, I mean, we're all our worst critic. I mean, I look in the mirror, although I've been committed to the health.
I'm glad you said this because I was like, let me go back in this episode. She said earlier, now granted, it's you.
What?
He's like, I don't like what I saw in the mirror. It's like, fam, stop it.
I didn't. In my mid-30s, I'm 46 now, but in my mid-30s, there was a time I was like, ooh, this ain't looking like it used to look. And then today, going back and looking at some of those pictures, I'm like, ooh, I wish I looked like that. That's just how our mind works. Yep. And so I have become less critical of myself, but I know as I age, especially as a woman and different things that we deal with, this ain't the time to stop.
Sure.
Because it's not going to get better, you know, and I don't have children, haven't had children, so I don't have that excuse. Yeah. But just aging, we know the body is going to do what the body's going to do because that's the way the Lord set it up. So I do what I can as long as I can to prevent certain things from happening.
So I'm not by myself, and my declared, man, stop, Shawnté. That's from Robin.
I know, but y'all don't see what I see.
That's fair. That is fair.
Wait till I hit 60.
What happens then, Faye? What happens then?
Yeah, what happens at 60?
Let us know, because what's going on right now, I ain't liking it. I just had, transparent for y'all, So what was that? My wife can tell it better than me. Saturday morning, early Saturday morning, I just had some small kidney stones. So,
I learned that from the grapevine. I meant to get on to you about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another reason why you're here. Now me accountable.
I heard about that. I'm glad you mentioned that.
Pray for your boy. I'm doing better. So yeah, so God is like, yeah, you need to resolve.
Yes. And again, it's little things. He went to bed probably because I heard it happen maybe overnight. Was it overnight or during the day?
Early morning.
Early
so I
morning.
woke up 2:30 that morning, did my sermon, went back down around like 5:30, and was like, something ain't right. So.
And that, Daddy had that one time when they were
told
visiting
me.
Dallas.
He
and he
told
had to
me.
go to the hospital.
He
for
said
that.
brought him to his knees. So I was like,
brought him to his knees. It's just, again, the body's going to do what the body's going to do. And it does it oftentimes when you least expect it.
Mm-hmm.
And so certain things we won't be able to prevent from happening. However, we need to do our part.
Mm-hmm.
Let me say, we need to do our part. I get it. I love fried chicken. Love it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a chicken connoisseur. If my people in Texas and Dallas, they know I'm a foodie. I really should be a food critic. But
do that on the side.
Do the food, but it would probably have to be healthy food though.
That's cool.
Okay. But I love the fried chicken and stuff.
Moderation.
Yeah. But I'm a foodie. I really am. But I tell people now, I don't have any sugar in my home. I have no sugar in my house. I don't have juice, and I don't miss it. And we grew up. Mm-hmm. I grew up making Kool-Aid and putting that sugar in the Kool-Aid.
The Smiths made some good Kool-Aid.
Yeah, but I don't even have sugar. Mama would laugh because typically during Thanksgiving, my parents would come to Dallas. We did Thanksgiving in Dallas. They would come to my home and they pretty much bought the ingredients because the stuff that they used to cook, I didn't have it in my home. So I say that to say is once it's gone, you don't miss it. I was, in our family, we were big Pepsi drinkers. Mm-hmm. In college, I would buy Pepsis by the case, 24 pack.
You sound like Uncle Clifford now.
24 pack of Pepsi. But Pepsi now is disgusting. I can taste the sugar in Pepsi. So I say to say you make little strides and before you know it, you're doing a lot better than what you are doing.
That's true. Karen will tell you we drink water more than anything now. Mm-hmm. Shout out to my wife. She put me on alkaline water and it's been the best thing. It's right here. So just let y'all know.
That's the expensive stuff too.
Hey, and it works. But let y'all know I am trying, okay? The water is being taken in more of the premium even now. Faye popped in. He says, science says, this is going back to the comment about dropping off at the 60s. Science says you drop off the cliff physically, so get started now. So that's even more motivation from some of our senior saints in the community. Appreciate that. He says, I'll shoot you the article. Yeah, definitely shoot me the article personal, and then we'll post it even in the description. So.
And especially for women, the older we get, why I'm an avid, I lift heavy. I lift heavy weights. Mm-hmm. I don't look like it, but I lift heavy weights. But our bone density, we start to lose muscle mass the older we get. So for me, it was important to start lifting a little weight. You know, no, you don't have to lift. One of the biggest concern I know for women, they don't want to look manly. They don't want, and that's not true.
Yeah, when you look at even just bodybuilders, women, they still have a feminine physique to them. Some of it is just how differently we're created.
Right.
So even though we come from each other, God made us uniquely different. That's not going to change. So,
right.
Yeah, that's
not
cool.
Not going to change.
Jerica said, got some more love coming in. Jerica said, my biggest struggle is cooking meals throughout the week. Do you meal prep? That is a great question, and I'm going to take it off me because, no, I do not.
I have my moments, but on a regular, Jerica, I do not. I was talking to one of my aunts earlier who is starting a fitness regimen. She just told me she hired a trainer up in Houston, and she's going to start with a food plan as well. I don't meal plan, but I know a lot of people that do. They have to do it early on in the week. So Saturday, Sunday. For me, because it's just me. I know you're married, you have a child. It's a little more difficult if you're working full time. You have a family to then go home, and it can be challenging. So I would challenge you to maybe start in the week. Also, if you go to places like Whole Foods, these places have become very good with having your meals already prepped. I know they offer like a 5-day meal. You have your meat, your protein, and vegetable for under $30. So that's something that you can kind of incorporate maybe in the meals that you're cooking at home, because I know it can be a challenge to prep those meals, but you have to have a plan. And then you have to know how to execute that plan. And for most people, they're doing that at the start of the week. So Saturday, Sunday, they're prepping those meals. Some people, they don't like leftovers. So that it kind of depends on your family and things like that. But if you can do it on the weekends, that would be my best advice for prepping your meals.
Appreciate that. Any other questions or comments you got, throw them in. We'll make you famous. We'll put you in. We'll put you in. But now it's good. It's good discussion. So we appreciate that. And then let me put this up for her as well as we get ready to hop out of this thing. But you can find my big sis at Brown Chick 78. So you can find her there on IG. All of her work. You'll find that motivation. You'll find those things that she needs.
And in the new year, I may start posting back on my Facebook page. I have Sims Fitness. That's how I got started. My personal page, Shawnté Sims, but then I created Sims Fitness on Facebook, and I posted on there for a very long time until I got on IG, and they start to charge and all that type of stuff on Facebook, where more people are able to see your posts once you pay. But I do have Sims Fitness as well on Facebook.
Nice. Appreciate you, sis. Appreciate you. You have been a blessing to me.
Thank you for having
to the
me.
Community. Yeah.
Yes, I'm glad I was able to sit here and hopefully give some words of advice, encouragement, inspiration to someone that's looking to start a new them in 2025.
Amen. So as she said, it's not about your motivation, because that is fleeting. Find your why. Find on IG, find on Facebook. We'll put all of our information in the description. So even after this concludes, you'll be able to tap in with it. Appreciate that love. Appreciate that support. Don't eat too much. Moderation. These are things that I'm taking away. So I'm not just saying it to y'all. These are the things that I'm taking
Moderation
away.
is key. I don't believe you have to cut out everything tomorrow, cold turkey. Some people can, but that's not realistic for most people. So make baby steps. Get up and walk. Don't have 3 sodas a day. Maybe you're only having 2. And then over time, maybe get with a professional and kind of dive deeper into living a better, healthier, fit life.
Nice. This is the last episode for the year 2024. So it's been real. We got some more coming up. We'll get back to you on January 2nd. So until we see you then, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
God bless you. God keep you. Peace.